You have to watch this because this is very, very interesting. Very interesting when it comes down to this. Okay, so if you watch this part here with Elon Musk, folks, it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds, give or take. I want you to watch every word. By the way, earlier in a clip of this podcast, Ted Cruz asked him, who do you think is the smartest man in the world? And he said, Larry Ellison, he said first. Then he said Larry Page. Then he gave credit to Jeff Bezos. And he gave credit to a couple other people. And then he comes back and he says, but to be a smart human being today is going to be nothing in 10 years.
Exactly.
Okay, so it was very interesting how he put it. But I want you to watch this here. Watch this here. And then the last question he asks him about what's going to happen with AI and robots in the next 10. And the answer he gives him, Ted Cruz is flabbergasted. Watch this clip. Go for it.
In 10 years, probably AI could do anything better than a human can, cognitively. Probably almost, I think in 10 years, based on the current rate of improvement, AI will be smarter than the smartest human. Yeah.
Keep watching.
There will also be a massive number of robots.
By the way, I got to ask, how come your robots look so much like the creepy robots from iRobot? Was that intentional or just...
I was hoping he was going to say, yeah, just to mess with you.
It's not meant to look like any prior robot. We'll iterate the design. A lot of the robot parts are cosmetic. You'll be able to switch out the kind of snap-on cosmetic parts of the robot to make it look like something else if you'd like. Mm-hmm. So there will be ultimately billions of humanoid robots. All cars will be self-driving.
In 10 years?
In 10 years, probably 90% of miles driven will be autonomous.
Huh.
Wow.
That fast?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. In 5 years, probably 50% of all miles driven will be autonomous.
Now, if AI will be smarter than any person, how many jobs go away because of that? And what do people do if you've got millions of people that are losing their jobs? Like that, a lot of people are understandably freaked out about that.
Well, goods and services will become as close to free. So it's not as though people will be wanting in terms of goods and services.
So why is that? Why are goods and services free in an AI world or close to free?
Well, you have, I don't know, call it tens of billions of robots. They will make you anything or provide any service you want for basically next to nothing. It's not that people will have a lower standard of living. They'll have actually a much higher standard of living. The challenge will be fulfillment. How do you derive fulfillment and meaning in life?
Keep watching.
Is Skynet real? Like you get the apocalyptic visions of AI. How real is the prospect of killer robots annihilating humanity?
Watch this.
20% likely, maybe
Wow.
10%.
On what time frame?
5 to 10 years.
So
Watch his
soon,
reaction.
like you see a world where that's possible.
Yeah, but I mean, you could look at it like the glass is 80, 90% full, meaning like 80% likely will have extreme prosperity for all.
Let me explain something to you. That's scary as hell. That 20, because he wanted to say 20, maybe a little bit more. 20% chance that these things are going to go, you don't tell me what to do. And then we're just, that's it. Man, you better start getting some cool ass robots in your life, like protected robots.
Think about it this way. If facts are what you care about, who can do a better debate than ChatGPT versus Grok?
No, that's what
If
facts-wise.
facts is what you care about.
That's that.
And you just want it, no personality,
Zero.
no emotion, no being wrong, none of that stuff. What other debate would you want to see about Grok versus Chat? What if there's a podcast that AI is able to create that ChatGPT debates Grok, and it's playing 24/7?
I would watch it.
You would ask a video, and they debate each other on the topic.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That's sick.
That's sick. That's what's coming soon. And by the way, the average and a regular person can take this idea right now and do it. Any topic you throw, you look at both of them. Any topic, you throw both of them, see what they say. Meaning, that's the direction you're going with debates, conversations, robots. They're going to be able to build robots that can dunk from half court. Mm-hmm. What is that going to mean?
Yeah.
When you go to a game. Tom, what are your thoughts about what Musk said here?
Well, he's talking about the progression. And, excuse me. And so when you take a look at the, there's a couple laws out there. There's Moore's Law, and it's basically that the power of a semiconductor keeps doubling and that the power of the network keeps doubling. Well, when you look at that, what happens is you come to a logical end here, and all he's doing is saying, hey, guess what? Autonomous cars, 5 years, 50% of all miles driven will be autonomous. 90% of all miles driven in 10 years will be autonomous. That's just a natural progression of autonomous cars. They're more fuel efficient. You have all the reasons to do it. Will that mean that you can't have a sports car from the 60s in your garage? No, you still have that. But we're talking about total miles, driven and commute and everything. That's just extrapolation. Where the extrapolation gets a little scary for people is the question of we have malware that gets wrapped in a bot and then sent off to cause havoc with networks and go steal people's ID and do things like that. Now you take that element, now put that on robots. What if there's bad people making robots? And the difference between bots and robots are physical and they can do assembly and stuff, and bots are usually things that will operate on the internet. And so it gets a little nerve-wracking when you go to the last one there to say, well, could the bad person have robots, physical robots, doing bad things the same way bad people are using malware and bots right now to run around the internet and do bad things? And the answer is yes. Well, guess what? Shortly after Orville and Wilbur, got us into the air, the Wright brothers, somebody said, if we have too many planes in the air, there needs to be somebody guiding them. There needs to be somebody controlling them. And that's where you put in, laws and controls and the FAA to control planes so that they're orderly. So I think you're also going to see the controlling side of it.
Yeah, I took away a couple of things, Pat. Well, first of all, the first thing that popped in my head is the generation that's now, because 10 years is going to come like this. What were we talking about? In 15
years,
we're going to be 65.
You're going to be 80 years old,
yeah.
Benny.
So, it hit me just for like my nieces and my nephews and Pat's kids and Rob's kids. Like, they better be studying in fields that these robots can't take their jobs. That's the first thing that popped in my head. Figure out because even when you said, Pat, even podcasting, you could put two robots and just have them go at it and have the conclusion afterwards. But then my mind, when he said billions of these robots, and we're already seeing the robots that guys are dating. You saw the virtual, have you seen those things?
Did you get one yet?
Not yet. It's on back order. But listen, what I'm saying is these people are going to be dating Adam, and then can you imagine the fighting and the cops being called to the house and the robot's like, he hit me. And it's like, no, I didn't. Like, you know what I mean? Like robots fighting. And
Watch the camera.
And then the jury of your peers, if there's a billion robots, are lawyers going to be like, it's the possibilities are endless, and it's exciting, but it's scary as hell at the same time.
Let me tell you something. Based on what Elon Musk just said about basically killer robots, and we're all going to basically be done in the next 20 years or so, I kind of understand why people are scared of hell of Elon Musk and are starting to hate Musk. All the liberals loved him when he was doing the green energy thing. He was a hero to them. All of a sudden he gets on the Trump train. They hate the guy. All he's doing is identifying waste, fraud, and abuse that Bernie Sanders was railing about for years. And then the Neuralink. People are like, so you're going to be putting chips in people's head, then they can just become human computers? It's very scary. I remember when the internet first popped up in like the mid-90s, and I literally asked my buddy, I was like, look, dude, what's the difference between the internet and email? And he's like, he had to literally explain it to me because it was all new to me.
Mind-boggling, of course.
All new to me. Social media, all right, I get it, kind of. All right, did with that. Crypto shows up. We were like, I don't even know what a Bitcoin is or a blockchain or a bitty bop. Got no clue what's going on. Now this.
Scary.
AI. Imagine an old lady. It's like, my robot.
Yeah,
like,
it's over.
It's unbelievable. But what I want to understand from you, Pat, is what are you telling 10-year-olds to do now, 12-year-olds to do now, 18-year-olds to do now? Because for a lot of men out there, college is defunct. Get into trades, learn to be a plumber, HVAC technician, whatever.
That works.
Work with your hands. I don't think robots are going to be doing that. Uber drivers are going to be out the door. UBI, Andrew Yin Yang in this thing. The amount people might be collecting checks. But what do you do if you're a teenager or a 5-year-old or 10-year-old? What does that future look like in your estimation?
Well, first of all, just think about it this way. Tom, question for you. We are out of town, okay? Dylan was at an academy for soccer, and we're out of town. We're staying at this place. And, one night we're playing Gin Rami. It's 9:30 at night. Tom has this famous alarm going off that he says he controls. And it keeps going off. And the phone is about to blow up at this point because it's getting pissed off at Tom saying, move, get the hell out of the way, go to your room.
Ludicrous.
They all disappear, okay? They go sit there and they start watching Formula One, the practice race. It's Friday night, right? And it is such a beautiful thing when you see the Ellsworths, how much they love Formula One as a family. You can ask Brooke or Bailey anything about Formula One. They're going to give you a very educated answer because the father is a big Formula One guy. So, Tom, go to 2040. And Formula One drivers are robots. Are you interested?
Nope.
Are you interested?
Nope.
Tell me why.
Well, because, you know, human achievement is possible because of the human, you know, putting together skill and performing under pressure and maximizing their skills. And, you know, the missed free throw with 1 second to go in a basketball game is exciting. And it's who's, what a word, we put words on it. He's a gamer. He's clutch. And we look at all those things, and it's the same in Formula One. It's like, who has the focus, drive, intensity, and confidence to keep it on the track and make that pass and win? And who's there? I don't want to watch robots running near perfect laps. I want to watch the human condition.
Why, though? Why? Why is that such a big deal? That
Because
if
I'm
a
human.
Exactly. But why else, though? Why else? You know, because human beings.
It's like reality programming. How do I know they're not socialists letting every robot win once?
What's the record for the mile, Rob? What's the fastest a mile was ever ran? I know Roger Bannister was the first.
Under 3?
Is it 347? I don't know what the
mile?
number
I think
is.
we're-
1 mile.
1 mile,
mile?
325.
No, 1 mile.
No, we're into the 340s.
Way less.
340,
343.
343.
That's
okay, I was 4
freaking
seconds
fast.
off. Okay. You know how fast that is? That's very fast.
By the way, El
right?
Giroux, this is 24 years ago. He is like he is freaking the, you know, Michael Jordan of track, El Giroux, and he did that 25 years ago.
Okay,
Everybody knows El Giroux is the
Right.
Michael Jordan of track.
Obviously.
We
So
don't need
anyway,
that
so
information about
you
it.
think about 343. Now let me ask you a question. Tomorrow, a story breaks that a robot ran a mile in 49 seconds.
I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't care.
That's the point.
It's a machine.
So meaning, where I'm going with this is, everything Elon is saying is right about the fact that, you know, we could be going in a direction that can happen. And robots, if they chose to, whoever has control of all the robots, they can light it up and they can destroy your life. I do believe that. And I do believe he's the one to watch the next 30 years, not anybody else. I think he's the one to watch the next 30 years. Good, bad, ugly, whatever you want to call it. Let me finish my thought.
Sure.
So good, bad, ugly, no matter, he's the one to watch. Having said that, if I ask right now, who has the most facts, no one cares. No one cares. I was told this pastor that knows the Bible verbatim. You tell him whatever verse, he knows every word in the Bible. He's memorized it all. It's like, I went to his church. There was 80 people at the church.
No passion, right?
He's
No
been
more.
there for 20 years. He has all the facts. But then you go and you see somebody that's telling a story that you're hearing about what they had to overcome, the pain of being a human being. Look, running a business is very hard. There was a clip about Dana White with people leaving the business and talking trash about Dana. Then I was like, yeah, you can say all you want. Go try running a business, see how hard it is. Go ahead, go. I want to be a business owner because I want to control my hours. Yeah. Go run a business, see how hard it is. Marriage is hard. Raising kids, hard. Taking care of your health is hard. Being a human is hard. There's nothing hard about being a robot. Somebody made you, and they can add additional chips to you, and you can go out there and get better. Rob, can you do me a favor, Rob, before you go to this, just to tell you how much he makes sense with what he's talking about. Rob, I have a clip here on one of the stories, Rob, if you can go to it. It's the clip on the last one, point number 13 of my notes. I'll just text it to you. That says price of a computer, just to kind of put things in perspective to see how far we've come along. Okay, I just sent it to you. This is a clip from 1989. How long ago is 1989? 36 years ago.
36 years.
Tom, you're going to love this clip because in 89, I mean, you're IBM, you're in the space. I guarantee you, Tom's going to be able to explain every one of these computers to you here in a minute. Watch this. This is 89. price of computers, they're presenting this, Rob. If you can raise the volume and zoom in a little bit. Okay, go for it.
Real quick, what's the prices here on these 3 machines we've seen, Keith?
This one's list price at $49.99. This one goes for $95 or $11 grand.
Okay.
Depending on the drive.
Kevin?
95,000.
without modem, 2 megabytes, 40 megabyte hard disk, and $84.99.
That guy's
with-
definitely
This is equivalent to an IBM AT. This is a 12 megahertz 286. It's got a 287 socket.
You know how slow
It's got a 20
286 is?
megabyte hard drive, a 3.5-inch floppy. This is an EGA compatible screen.
Look at
It's
that.
got 16 grayscales. So up on the back here, you've got all your standard ports. There's external video for an EGA monitor, 2 serial ports. It's also got a space here for a modem, which would be this kind of modem here.
In addition to the desktop features like removable keyboard and all the ports and full complement of memory, we have a tremendously viewable fluorescent screen here. And if you notice, I'm running Microsoft Windows and Excel here, and the spotting of the cursor is something that does move quite well across the screen.
Real quick, what's
Tom, you see that. Okay, by the way, just so you know,
That was Tom.
this iPhone has 1 terabyte. He says that computer has 2 megabytes.
2 megabytes.
20 megabyte hard drive. Hey, Rob, do me a favor. Do $11,000 1989 today.
$25,000. They did it in the story on the bottom.
Oh, okay. I didn't-
Yeah, so it is in a terabyte. Watch this, terabyte. Yeah, look at that, $28,000, right? Do you know how many megabytes are in a terabyte, Vinny?
How many say it again?
He said that thing has 2 megabytes. That big machine had 2
Okay.
megabytes. This has
A terabyte.
1,048,000 megabytes.
What?
So think about from fitting it in that machine to this. So for us to sit here and think about
Yeah.
what is going to happen with technology come 5-10 years from now at the pace that we have
It's
today,
crazy.
it's going to be crazy. But at the end of the day, I'm telling you, you're going to want to watch people that you relate to see their flaws, their mistakes, there's a level of attractiveness in people's flaws. There's a level of attractiveness in people's, what's the word I'm looking for? Vulnerabilities, insecurities, in their
comeback.
in their comeback, but in their, like, you watch them, you're like, man, he has a weakness.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You know, when you watch Michael after the first championship he won when he came back after his father died,
Oh,
and
crying.
you watch that video, and the guy's like, get out.
Yeah, leave him
Get
alone.
out. And he's crying like a little boy.
Yeah.
Because he misses his dad.
Yep.
You're never going to get emotional with a robot.
Yep.
So to me, the only, right there, that's the clip. I don't know, Rob, if you can. He's crying so bad. He's shaking, crying so bad. He ran out so quickly because all he's thinking about is his dad. Bro, he misses his dad. You think a robot's going to miss his dad?
No.
You think that, but the part that we have to be thinking about, and I'll give the answer for you as well, is whoever controls the most robots, man, they are a force to be reckoned with. They can do whatever they want, and they can look at you, and they can choose to destroy anyone's life without ever getting caught. They can destroy your life without it ever being a crime. Did you understand what I just said?
100%.
They can destroy your life without it ever being a crime, ever being a crime. They can hire a robot to program to come and kill anybody, and then when they do,
Glitch.
you can take the chip out, and that thing is gone, and nobody can find out. Why did the robot walk up in the middle of the street and go to that place and just hit him in the face and kill him? Why
Glitch.
did
It
they?
was a glitch. Whatever.
Nobody
yeah.
goes to jail.
Nope.
So there is no 1980s, the mob, where guys are going to jail for murders they did. We're going to go into this era, and you're going to see people that are going to want to live in certain communities, okay? Communities are going to matter. Security is going to matter. It's going to be a very different life. So it doesn't seem like out of the, so yes, getting involved in technology, getting involved in AI,
That's scary.
encouraging your kids to have certain jobs and careers that there's a form of entertainment, there's a form of way that people are going to be admiring human beings. So it's either super technical skills that has to do with tech and engineering, or it's something that has to do with personality that's attractive that people are going to want to be, because that's your insurance policy. Man, I am so, but intelligence, like brain smarts, the value of having brain smarts today is going lower and lower and lower.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just to be able to manage the AI and manage the robots. If you can do that, you're ahead of the game. We announced the Yeti collaboration with all of these. like this, gone, okay? And by the way, a bunch of guys are posting them. Ladies, this was the ladies' number one. You guys wouldn't even wait on this one here. This didn't stand a chance. And I have the red one, which is the one I use. Reason why I'm not wearing a jacket, because I'm famous for spilling protein drinks on my jacket. And by the way, literally what I'm telling you is, this isn't the first time. A couple of weeks ago, I spilled the whole thing, and I'm driving. I'm like, this place smells like a protein drink. So, wow, this thing's very strong. I look to my right, the entire protein drink on the entire car. We had to take it professional. They had to suck the protein drink out of the seat in the Porsche 911. They're like, this is... Anyways, the guy made some money that day.
Just thank God it wasn't onions, Pat.
But well, at least it smells good. Anyways, these went. And we have a lot of new surprises coming up for a lot of you. But I will tell you guys, parents, if you have kids that are 12 and up, including yourself, if you have not yet ordered the Academy, go order it. You will see why, okay? There's a lot of people that are not happy about this book. There's a lady that made a video about this, about, the Academy online, pissed off. How could you say stuff like this in the book? Because there's a scene in the book that Margaret Thatcher is debating Karl Marx. If you haven't yet ordered it for yourself and your kids and you've not read it, go ahead and order the book. Anybody that places the order today, Rob, if I'm not mistaken, signed copy of this, they get 4 bookmarks of the Academy that'll be put in there with you as well for anyone that orders a book, especially the fact that this is what do they call this month, Rob? March is
National Reading Month.
National Reading Month. Catch up on the books. Place the order for Academy for yourself and your kids above the age of 12, which is what I do with my kids. My Dylan also read it. You'll get 4 custom bookmarks being sent your way. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.